I've told this story on Facebook a couple of times before, but I wanted to record it and just transmit the joy that it brings me to recall this experience that happened to me once in my life. And it just goes to show, the love of God and the fact that we are miraculous healing machines, and that space and time doesn't exist as we think it does, and all of this stuff. And also, the main theme of the story is sacrifice. So, I've been spending some time with a friend, and I came back to Birmingham on the train. I think it was August. It was a really hot summer day, early afternoon, and I had a big backpack on, and I was wearing some Adidas high tops. Not very comfortable, but you know. So I came out of the train station and I went to go towards the bus stop, but I decided to take a different route for no reason, just intuitively. And it was a longer route, and I was walking, and I walked past a lady that was sitting on the floor. She had a dirty face and she was eating an apple. Now something made me stop, and I remembered the only money that I had on me was £2.40, which was just enough for a single bus fare home to Chelmsley Wood. But something made me put my hand in my back pocket onto the money, grasp the money, do a couple of backward steps, and I went over and I put the money into her hand and I said, "Bless you, sister," and I carried on walking. So I thought then, either I've got to walk 9 miles, or I might just be able to, I might be blessed by just getting on a bus and the driver might let me on, or I might find a day ticket or anything. But I thought it doesn't matter, you know, it's a nice day, nice walk. But I didn't have any water or anything to drink, and I was quite thirsty after about 20 minutes of walking, and I was just going, this, I'm gonna get some water. I know that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna manifest it, or God's gonna send it, or whatever, you know, somewhere in between, whatever the truth is. And so it wasn't long before I found a bottle of water. It was a full bottle, unopened, and it was smart water, but it was sparkling. And I just immediately laughed because I was saying to myself, yeah, we have to be a bit clearer with our magic. So I had this warm bottle of sparkling water, which I didn't like. I don't like sparkling water, that's what I was saying at the time. And I could choose to either accept that as some form of hydration or not. And so I was grateful for the water and I enjoyed it. And well, needless to say, I didn't find a day ticket and I didn't feel called to get on any buses. So I carried on walking, had a few rests. Eventually, I think it took me 3 hours to get home, but by the time I got home, them high top trainers had really rubbed the backs of my feet, the heels, and there were terrible blisters. You know, them ones when you pull your socks off and your socks stick to the back of your feet. It was one of them, but I was in horrendous pain. I didn't even have the energy or effort in me to have a bath or a shower after that sweaty walk, but I just got into bed. I was shattered, but I just kept thinking, all the while I was walking home, I was thinking of that woman. Every time I started to feel a bit of discomfort or started to whinge in my head, I was just like, bro, you've just like, you can probably get some sort of meal with that tomorrow, or a hot drink in the morning. Like, it's not about that. And so eventually I quite comfortably walked home, considering. And yeah, so I got into bed and I needed to rest, but the pain was so bad in my feet that it took me about an hour to get to sleep. But I woke up the next day and I felt truly rested. And I got out of bed and I looked at my feet and there was no blisters, no pain, no visible anything. And I don't really need to even qualify that with anything else, do I? I think that just about sums it up. So imagine how dramatically the world will change if everybody just started thinking of other people a little bit more. It's just one action that isn't oriented around just what they need. That's how we serve God, by seeing God in everything and everyone.